Hello everyone, welcome to your second royal reading of today, a Monday here at MadWorldTarot. And today's theme is Harry and his charities and what is going on with them. I've looked at Scotty's little soldiers in the previous reading, which seems to be going through a bit of a financial crisis. And now I'm going to be looking at Sentebale, the charity that Harry set up in Lesotho to support AIDS victims. Its remit has got broader, climate, all kinds of things, and countries that it now covers also, that's expanded. Harry was there a month or so ago in Lesotho. He hadn't visited for 6 years. He hadn't visited, in fact, since he met and married Meghan Markle. They were pretty much left to their own devices, apart from the odd polo game charity fundraiser for Sentebale. And allegedly, Harry gave them some of his advance for his book, Spare. Interestingly, he has now lost 3 very senior members of the team. First of all, Johnny Hornby, the chairman, quit last July. That was 2023, July, just before the end of the financial year. And that raised some eyebrows at the time. It was described as a huge red flag for Sentebale. Now, in the wake of Harry's visit to Lesotho in South Africa to visit Sentebale, Baroness Linda Chalker has quit. She quit a month after Harry's visit. She's gone. She is a trustee, and someone else has quit, and that is Andrew Tucker. He left a week after Baroness Chalker, and he has been in the role, and I'm not sure what exactly the role was from what I've seen, but it would have been a big leadership role. He's been with Sentebale for 10 years. He started life 20 years ago as Harry and William's polo manager. So there's the polo connection. They have all quit. Interestingly as well, while all of this is going on, Sentebale has been registered in the United States. It seems to have been trademarked in the United States. And that was on the 24th of September, straight after or even during Harry's visit to Southern Africa to reconnect with the charity. What is going on? Why are people leaving? What's with the registering in the United States? Is he shifting Sentebale to the US to replace Archewell for him so he can do a bit of grifting through Sentebale instead of through Archewell, which is of course associated with Meghan and now has the eyes possibly of the IRS on it? We don't know. Lunar Soul Tarot on the tarot table. We're going to dig around a little bit here through the agency of tarot, and we have to remind you that this is just tarot for fun and entertainment, and it is just my opinion and speculation. And I just read energy here, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. So I want to know what he feels about them, what are his intentions, what they feel about him as patron. I want to know why all these people are leaving. I want to know about their finances. Are they healthy? Are they not? I want to know what the registration in the United States is about. Okay, the cards are flying now. And I want to know long-term prospects for Sentebale. Is it good to go for decades to come? And Harry's relationship with Sentebale, is that going to be a long-lasting relationship? He did, of course, create the charity, so it would be rather difficult for them to just boot him. Maybe they just boot themselves, as seems to be happening, and follows, of course, in the wake of Dominic Reed leaving the Invictus Games as well, although he's still hanging around because they don't seem able to replace him. Oh my. So a card reading, bit of an odd one. I'm just going to lay the cards plonk on the table. We've got the questions written down, discuss them with up there so that we are in the same place, so to speak. Let's see what's going on. King of Cups in reverse. I don't know if one of these people who's left is a water sign, who's quit. It's possible. But it's somebody who's gone cold, who's no longer invested. I'll put it over there, the King of Cups. Somebody who's lost enthusiasm for a project, fallen out of love with a project, gone cold, indifferent, really no longer supporting them emotionally, no longer that invested in them. And as I say, that's the underlying energy. Could be Harry as patron, who's now King of Cups in reverse. It was his first love. It was the one, it means forget-me-not, Sentebale. And it was a very emotional connection that he made with those people and with the situation and with the country and with Africa. And now in reverse. I think that tells a tale in its own right, but could also be one of the people who's quit. I don't know. I didn't go that far to look up their signs. Harry, the situation. What is going on? There he is, our Knight of Wands, and there's Africa, the lion. That's the excitement, the enthusiasm, the passion, the leadership, and traveling and promoting the cause and inspiring people. He himself inspired, and then in turn inspiring people. That was it. That was his creation. Wands are very creative energetically, and that was his creation, his darling. He's traveled the world, he's promoted it, he's campaigned for it. Very positive energy, but the trouble with the Knight of Wands is that it can run out of passion for a project, run out of enthusiasm for it, and that fire can just go out with the Knight of Wands. So, let's have a look and see, what does Harry really feel about this charity right now? His intentions towards this charity. What does he feel? Five of Swords, there's conflict around it somehow. I suspect that the meeting that he had, remember they were all seated around a fire at night somewhere out in the open having a chinwag. I suspect that there has been conflict around possibly the registration in the United States, possibly his involvement, his contribution, possibly the Netflix polo series that he's doing with Nacho, which they might feel uncomfortable with, exploited if it's referencing Sentebale in some way. Where's the money? Show us the money. But conflict, definitely conflict. That's his view of it now, is that look at all these swords. Interesting that there are 3 swords down there, and he's lost 3 senior figures from his leadership team in the last 12 to 18 months. 2, one by one, in the last week or so. One after the other, should I say. Their view of him as patron. What do they think of our has-been? Nine of Cups is a bit of a lush energy. It's a dreamy energy. It's what you want. It's what you wish for something. And its positive aspect, the Nine of Cups, is not a card that I really enjoy energetically, because it has this lush aspect to it of just overindulgence, consumption. If somebody's got issues with drugs or alcohol, it'll show up, the Nine of Cups. But in the sense of maybe, and this is my speculation, purely my speculation, maybe they view him as looking at Sentebale as something he can just milk. That is my opinion. So there you go. How about the people leaving? What's going on with that? Why are people just leaving? 3 so far. Knight of Cups in reverse. They're feeling neglected. Cups are all about the love, all about the emotions, the loyalty. They feel that they have given this service and this love and loyalty, many years of support to this charity, to that King of Cups. And that King of Cups has shown up in the underlying position as don't care anymore. And I said at the start of this reading that he hadn't been to Lesotho for at least 6 years, coinciding of course with Megan and his life with her and Archibald and all of that stuff. So they feel neglected, they feel unloved, that he can't be bothered with them. That is the energy that's coming through for me as a tarot reader. So that's why they've quit. Tell us about the money. How is the money situation at Sentebale right now? Is it good? Is it healthy? It's not. Seven of Discs in reverse is it's the investment card, the harvest card, the stockpiling, the taking stock, the making sure you're well provisioned. That's the Seven of Discs. It's in reverse. The coffers are empty. It's interesting that the Seven of Discs is 7 years. I've been going on about 6 years. It probably is about 7 years by now that he really hasn't shown much interest. He did promise them the money from Spare. Nobody really knows how much they got out of that. What else? The odd polo fundraiser. No personal visits. No going around cap in hand and working for them to get money for them. He did show up in New York, but that was really for his own glorification and to remind everybody that he's still a prince and he's still allegedly a humanitarian and still allegedly doing this kind of work. But really, when they look at their books, they're not seeing very healthy signs with the Seven of Discs in reverse. It's a very troubling card. If you are looking at investments and assets and things like that, that card in reverse says big trouble to me as an energy reader. So tell us about this registering in the United States. What's that about? Seems a bit odd. An African charity that was set up to advance causes in Southern Africa, now being registered in the United States. What's that about? Ooh, sneaky business. Something shady about it, Seven of Swords. It's the shady card. Doing something that might not be that in integrity, that upfront. It's sneaky. It's shady. It could be expressed in much stronger terms, but it's kind of ghosting energy, leaving people behind, sneaking away under cover of darkness. It's that energy, and I'm an energy reader and I'm expressing my opinion. But there is something about this that I think might have to do with needing to shift focus from Archewell to Sentebale, but in the United States, because Archewell is pretty much dead in the water and is now under tremendous scrutiny. This is my personal suspicion about this card, but the Seven of Swords is a card that merits suspicion when you get it in a reading. It's a bit of a red flag, as the departure of Johnny Hornby as chairman last year was described as a huge red flag. There's a huge red flag. So, long-term prospects for Sentebale. Is it going to go on and on and on and prosper and do great things? It doesn't look like it. 10 of Cups in reverse. That is a beautiful family, organization that's bringing a lot of love and joy and completion and fulfillment to people. It's a big happy family. It's in reverse. The family breaking up, people being very upset, hurt, disappointed, betrayed, leaving. Knight of Cups in reverse because they're not feeling love from their patron. King of Cups in reverse. Harry's role with Sentebale, how's that going to go long term? Oh my. Interesting that card showed up in the previous reading about Scotty's little soldiers. That's the outcome for Harry. 3 of Swords, the card of betrayal, heartache, disappointment. Does not bode well for Sentebale. These cards are terrible. Scotty's little soldiers does better. He didn't set it up, and they will find other assistance along the way, and he'll flutter around in a sort of butterfly dilettante kind of way for them. But here it looks like he really is going to fall out with them. They might not survive the experience, and when he looks at this situation, ultimately is going to feel really wretched about this, because it's going to resonate for him as a betrayal. Whether he feels they betrayed him or they feel he betrayed them, I'm not sure here, and I don't feel inclined to try and figure it out. I'm sure that you have your own ideas about that, but this is a grim ending to the reading. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.